Welcome all of you. Today we will discuss on the topic of intellectual property rights. Myself, Professor PTWA from the Kekewa College of Agriculture Biotechnology, Nashik. What is the intellectual property? Definition by WIPO, that is the World Intellectual Property Organization, and it is located at Geneva, Switzerland. Intellectual property, that is the intellectual property, and IP refers to the creations of the mind. It includes innovations, literary and artistic work, and many symbols, names, images, and designs used in commerce. Objects of intellectual property. The objects of the rights covered by the concepts of intellectual property are manifestations of human creativity. The form of the work, the invention, and the relationship between a symbol and a business. History. Venetian patent law, that is the 1474 Elizabeth I series of patent laws to promote export. Similar laws in India, 1856 Statute of Anne, that is the 1710. Nature of the intellectual property rights. Intellectual property has become an issue of wide and serious discussion with the formation of the General Agreement on Trade Related Aspects of the Intellectual Property Rights, that is the TRIPS, under Uruguay Round Agreement of GATT, now the World Trade Organization. India is an priority watch list of USA under the Special 301 system. Intellectual property insists on the some amount of the novelty or originality to gain protection. Intellectual property system is duration specific. It does not provide perpetual and absolute monopoly over the property. What is the protected with respect to intellectual property is the use or value of ideas, express ideas. However, the bundle of rights consisting intellectual property is not over abstract ideas but rather over physical, concrete, or tangible manifestation of these ideas. For example, rights under patent law include the rights to manufacture, distribute, etc., while rights under copyright law extend to the rights of distribution, publications, etc., all of which deals with concrete of the ideas and not the abstract ideas themselves. That is the nature and importance of the intellectual property. These are the international conventions for the intellectual properties. It is the important Paris Convention for Protection of Industrial Property, 1967. Berne Conventions to the protections of literary and artistic work. Trade-related aspects of intellectual property agreement, that in 1994. This is the IPR forms, different forms of IPR. It includes neighboring rights, copyright, patent, geographical indications, trademark, industrial design rights, trade secret, and last one, layout design. Legislations in India. It includes the Copyright Act in 1957, amended in 1983, 1984, 1992, and 1994. The Design Act in 1911, Communication Bill 2000, the Patent Act 1970, Information Technology Act, that is ITA 2000, Protection of Plant Variety and Farmers' Right Act 2001, and Biological Diversity Act, that is the 2002. This is the legislation in India, and it's, all acts are the important in for the objectives and theoretical part. This is the why protect the intellectual property. What is the necessary? Protection of intellectual property rights is an incentive to human creativity, promotes respect for the individual artist and enables them to the earn livelihood, prevents infringement and free riding. It serves as an instrument for cultural, social, economical, and technological development. New creativity helps create sustainable and competitive business locally and internationally. Intellectual property based on industries contribute significantly to national economics. And last one, intellectual property gaining importance in today's information society. And another protection is the foster economic growth, provides incentive for the technological innovations, and important thing, attracts investment or investors that will create new job, new opportunity to the personnel or to the village people for economic growth, etc. That is the copyright and library services. It includes service affected and concerns. In service affected includes preservations, rights to copy, issue copy to users, rent or lend, and concerns includes substantive part cannot be copied, only one article from the periodical, ownership of out of print books, fair use, the ability to use sources without seeking permissions from the copyright holder, fair use policy, that is the four factors determining fair use and some indicators that are the use and is a fair. The first factor, the purpose and character of this use, transformative, non-profit and educational. Second factor, the nature of the copyrighted work, published or factual, the portion of the work used, non-essential, relatively small, and last factor of the fair use policy is the effect of the use on the potential market, that won't prevent the owner from making the piece. The fair use allows to you quote passages from the book or general article as long as it is credited or cited, reproduce reproduce short segment of the songs and movies as long as cited, credited to author, use an entire work depending on the circumstances. Examples, professor giving you a copy of an article, photocopying selections of material you can your own use, library electronic reserves, the copyright on database, the contracts and sui generis. Copyright in digital media is WIPO, rejects digital is a different development of ECMS, that is electronic copyright management system, example cited. The intellectual property is also work in the agriculture discipline or agriculture field. The plant breeder rights includes new varieties or plant species, escaped algae and bacteria. Indian Plant Value and Farmers' Right Bill 1999. Then biotechnology, some varieties or some products from biotechnology should be patented. Golden rice the example, and Angelina Jolie is a double testimony, that is the BRCA1 gene. The major facts in generally piracy. This is next block of silence is for all you folks who download music for free. That is the pirated copy. You don't use the pirated copy. That is another examples. You see the Bacaster copy, Locust, Hike or Nike, Adidas, Pizza Hut, that is the fake or duplicate. Challenges to intellectual property. Global medium, that is internet and territorial laws. Digitization, that is the IP ideally suited for digitization. Intangible, that is the perfect instant infinite copies. Globally distributed, transient, changeable, etc. Worldwide piracy as bandwidth increases in music, software, and film industries. 870 million infringing copyright music files online. It is a data from January 2005. 90% of files shared over person to person are unauthorized. Near about 4 lakh to 6 lakh illegal films download per day, and RIAA comments over 13,000 individuals laws suits against illegal files shares. The RIAA stands for Recording Industries Association of America, commenced over 13,000 individual lawsuits and illegal file shares. The RIAA, located at Washington, the headquarters at Washington, that is the United States. It is a conclusion. It is the you can protect your intellectual property through the rights, different rights, examples, copyright, then patent, industrial design, trade secret, geographical indications, etc. Then any questions, comment to link, comment to YouTube video. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much.